This video, I'll show you how to read guitar tabs if you're a total beginner. And we'll even learn some songs together. Okay, so Seven Nation Army goes like this. So you're going to start by putting your index finger on the 7th fret of the A string, and that's the second dot. So you can see a second dot on my fretboard. You can see the same dots on your fretboard as well. So you're going to place your index finger there. You can see 2 sevens in the tabs, and that means that you have to play that note twice. So you can see 7, 7, and then a 10. And you're not going to get the 10 by putting your index finger here, but you're going to put your pinky finger here. This ensures more control and you don't have that sliding sound. So it's going to be 7, 7, and then you're going to put your pinky finger on the 10th. And then back to 7th with your index finger. And then you're going to go to the 5th fret. And then to the 3rd, you can see the 3 also in the tabs. And then 2. So segment 1 goes like this. And segment 2 goes like this. And then you can glue together. Like that. Okay, so now you've nailed a basic riff on the guitar, but like I just said, you also need to know what the symbols mean on the guitar tabs. So let me quickly cover a few very common ones, and after that we're also going to put them into practice. So if you see a 2 and a 3 with the curved line and an H, it means that you have to play a hammer-on from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret. In the same sense, if you see a 3 and a 2 with the curved line and a P, it means you have to do a pull-off from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret. So don't play them one by one, but play them like this. Okay? For this symbol, you see a diagonal line like this. So it means that you have to do a slide up. So if you see this diagonal line between a 2 and a 3 on the top line of your tab, so the high E string, it means you have to play a slide from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret of that string. But if you have the same diagonal line but then mirrored, it means you have to do a slide downward, so back from 3 to 2. And the last guitar tab symbol I'm going to break down is going to be the vibrato. So if you see this wobbly line in your tab notations, it means you have to play a vibrato. Like that. Alright, so now you know how to read guitar tabs and also what the symbols mean. So let's learn 2 more iconic riffs on the guitar right now. The second iconic riff we're going to learn in this video is going to be Come As You Are by Nirvana. So you can see 2 zeros. So you play 2 open low E strings like this. So it's going to be like that. Then you can see a 1. So you place your index finger on the 1st fret of the low E string. So it's going to be like that. Now you can see a little bend with an H. So you're going to do a hammer-on from the 1st fret to the 2nd fret. So it's going to be 0, 0, 1, hammer. Keep your middle finger bent. It's so important because you don't want to block the A string, and we're going to play that string right now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do an alteration with our thumb and index finger like that. So we're going to do 2 times low E, 1st fret low E, hammer on, and then we're going to alternate like this. So we're going to play A, E, A, E. So you can see that in the tabs 0, 2, 0, 2. Okay? Then we're going to play 2nd fret low E string again, and then we're going to play the 2nd fret low E string one more time. But then the second time you play it, you're going to do a pull off back from 2 to 1. So it's going to be 1, pull off. Now we're going to play an open low E string again. So take your index finger off and put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string like this. And then we're going to close off by playing the open low E string twice. After you've done this, you're going to play the A string and the E string one more time, one by one like this. So it's, and then you follow up immediately by pressing the 1st fret of the low E string again, and then you can do the hammer-on. We're not done yet, let's do one more iconic riff. It's going to be Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple, and it goes like this. For this riff, we're going to play all the notes on the low E string. You can see a 0 in the tab, so you're going to start by playing an open low E string like this. Then you're going to place your index finger on the 3rd fret of that string, and then you can see the 5, and you're not going to like shove it up there, but for more control and less sliding sound, you're going to place your ring finger on the 5th fret of that string. So it's going to be 0, 3, 5, like that. Okay, now you can see a 0 again, so you're going to play the open low E string. followed by your index finger on the 3rd fret of that string. And this time you see a 6 and a 5. So you're gonna do 6 with your pinky, 5 with your ring finger. So it's gonna be 0, 3, 6, 5, like that. And you can see the wobbly vibrato symbol in the tab. So that means when you play the 5th fret of the low E string, you're not gonna play it like this, but like this. So it would be, and then you're gonna play 0, 3, 5 again, and then back to 3 with your index finger, and then open low E string. So now you're familiar with reading tabs with 1 or 2 strings, but we are not done yet, because I told you that we're also going to learn some fingerstyle guitar tabs. But first I need to tell you the correct way to hold your picking hand when you're playing fingerstyle guitar tabs. So you need to assign your thumb to the E, A and D strings, so the bottom 3 lines you see in your tab notations. And assign your index finger, middle finger and ring finger to the G, B and E string like this, so the top 3 lines in your guitar tab. Okay, so now on to the tabs. For this example, I'm showing you the following pattern on screen. So instead of playing the 3 and the 2 you one by one like this and having all stoppy notes and like a whole messy situation, it's much better to just grab a C major chord and play the notes like this. And you're playing the following arpeggio. So you're gonna do A string, D string, G string, B string, G string. So if you have the same note, but then we change that 1 into a 0, simply take your index finger off, but keep the other fingers on. So let's do this one by one. Take your index off. And now back. Take it off. Before we close, I need you to remember one very important thing, and that is that practice and consistency is key. Because reading guitar tabs really is a skill that you need to develop, and development takes time. But now you do know how to read guitar tabs. But did you know that I have even more guitar tutorials like this on my channel? So if you want to learn more on the guitar, please make sure to watch the video on screen. And with that being said, I hope to see you soon in the next video.